Vegeta851 here with something very, very special. This is the 50th anniversary Godzilla and Gigan from X Plus. Just released this year, just got this in, and one of my favorite Godzilla films from the Showa series, and one of my favorite depictions of Godzilla, the 68 suit through the 72. I love it. I don't know why, I just really love that suit as well. And Gigan, very special and very awesome looking kaiju, to fight Godzilla. So let's get this open. And here they are inside of their plastic casket. Guess my smeller's going. Don't really smell any fresh vinyl here, but so let's get them out. Oh, Godzilla. Out he comes. Oh, he looks awesome. And the Rick feature for this Godzilla is the blood going down the nose and the face. Just looking awesome. I love the paint jobs. View coming. View coming. Okay. And here's his tail. Place that on in a second. Next up, we have Gigan. Oh, hello there. Okay. Gigan. And we got his tail. Alright. I think this is the first time that I'm doing this on this channel, but we got a double date with a blow dryer. Be right back. And here they are, the Godzilla vs. Gigan set from X Plus. Picked this up from, you guessed it, Awesome Collector, and I do not regret this at all. Once again, Godzilla vs. Gigan is one of the first Godzilla films, well, not one of the first, but it's one of the top 5 Godzilla films I've seen as a kid. I saw 85, I saw Son of Godzilla. I think it's like the third one that I saw, actually. It was either this one or it was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, because they had very similar covers and similar, artwork and stuff done for it. So, now that I'm getting a little older in age, I can't remember which one I watched first, but I know I was a youngin' when I watched this film and absolutely loved it. Lots of blood. Lots of blood for a PG movie, but, whatever. So anyway, these are re-releases of past releases for these figures. The Godzilla, was, I think they did this one for Hedra, and there was the standard version of it, and then there was the Rick version, which has the 2 egg things, which I got that at G-Fest a couple of years ago, and I'll bring them over in a second to show them off. I always wanted that Godzilla, this Godzilla, just, in a base stance, and I think it's expensive on, the aftermarket, so I always, held off on getting it, but then they announced this set, and that Godzilla is in that set, in this set, and couldn't pass up on it, couldn't pass up on it all, and it looks amazing, okay? Now, some have said that the blood on the nose, from the scene where Gigan cracks his head open like an egg, it's kind of distracting. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is. But it's distracting in a good way because I really love that film, and it comes from a scene that is very emotional. They play some very emotional music when Godzilla's getting the crap kicked out of him, and you think it's over, and he gets knocked into the Godzilla Tower. And then he gets up and then starts fighting again. They start playing the triumphant music. Godzilla starts, he beats the crap out of Gigan. He starts taking takes Ghidra to Suplex City, slamming around, Angus is there. Fun stuff all around. We're all having fun. Awesome stuff. Nice little kaiju Godzilla film from the 70s, Mwah. Beautiful. Unfortunately, it is the last time that we got to see that suit in a Godzilla film because it was literally falling apart during the filming of it. You can see big patches of it starting to hang off around where the arms are, and I don't care. I love that suit. I want that remade. Okay, so in Toho, if you're gonna do like a retro Godzilla film, and do different versions, I wouldn't mind seeing remaking that suit and putting on like display and stuff. It's a big thought up for me. Anyway, so moving on to the face and everything, we're gonna review both figures. Gigan, you hang out. Fun story about Gigan that I have, especially with G-Fest. Well, we'll get into that. So Godzilla looking awesome, absolutely fantastic. Just love the way how he looks. He's got kind of like a little pig nose, which is fine. The really sharp, not really jagged, but really sharp teeth that he has. Almost looking like 84 teeth. It's funny, Leslie thinks I see the 84 suit and I see the 84 figure in everywhere I go, and tacos and stuff. I'm telling you, look at the teeth, this is before the 84 suit, I'm just using it as like a base, just have the very sharp teeth just looking awesome. Love it, just looks awesome, okay? The head, it's kind of like a smaller head than normal Godzillas would normally have, in earlier depictions, but it's fine, just looking awesome. And come to remember, this is actually Haruo Nakajima's last performance as Godzilla in the Godzilla films, 1972, and yeah, it was a great depiction, and he did great as Godzilla. All the films he did. And I especially love Godzilla vs. Gigan. Anyway, so we move on to the neck. It's kind of, thickened out. That's where the head would be, where Nakajima-san's head would be, actually, to where he would actually look out, be able to see, or at least when he tried to look out, it's very small holes and stuff, Very cumbersome suit, these were, but, labor of love they were. Okay? Moving on to the chest and the arms are upward like he's in a marching stance. You got 4 fingers, you got the claws, looking great, love it. Moving on to the waist and the legs, very thin legs, a lot for mobility for this Godzilla. Where original suits like the 54 were much larger, much harder to move around in. They really slimmed Godzilla up a lot, so you'd be a lot more acrobatic and they do a lot more impressive scenes with the suits, with fight sequences and stuff like that. Okay, and, okay, moving on to the feet. I'm not a big fan of the 3-toe scheme, but it's Godzilla, so, it's not really that big of a deal, and, awesome stuff, Now, going on to the skin and the paint job, it's more of like a charcoal gray, it's almost like a bright gray they're going into, just looking awesome. There are certain scenes of the film where he's on Monster Island, about to talk to Angus and stuff like that. This can almost go for like a night scenes, or if the lighting is right, look he's marching out to the ocean, or during like fight sequences, around Children's Land where he's fighting Gigan and stuff. There's lots of possibilities with this. Let's move on back to the Rick feature and the blood. The blood is a little lighter than like human blood. Human blood, red blood. Our blood is more like a darker red. However, this is more brighter, which it stands out a lot more. If they actually had it as like a dark red, then it actually wouldn't stand out very well, and you kind of wonder what the point is. And also, in the film, from what I can remember, his blood was actually kind of brighter red rather than the darker red, so, you get little distinctions. Moving on to the dorsal plates, and you can see straight down the middle, that's where the zipper is, where Nagujima's will actually get into the Godzilla suit. And awesome stuff. Got 3 rows, you know, 1 dominant row down the back, the center, 2 small rows on the outside, and going into the tail, and the tail curling off to his left. So that's going to show off some, you know, fun stuff. We're going to put him on the shelf. All right, so I talked about the the 71 that I have, the Rick. Let's bring them over and let's take a look how they look together. You see, they are pretty much the exact same sculpt, you know. In fact, looking at them, yeah, they're the same sculpt. You know, they have the same kind of wrinkles in the skin. You know, the paint job is different. This one's more of the dark charcoal gray, where this one is like the lighter one. You know, so it stands out more, looking awesome. And once again, the Rick feature with this is that he's holding the Hedra eggs things and having one of his eyes burned shut, where 72 just has the blood trickle, you know, down his forehead. Both looking awesome. And, you know, I guess if you want to do a little trickery with your camera or Photoshop or any of that other stuff, you know, I don't have Photoshop, I don't play around with that stuff. You can kind of have this Godzilla, you know, without the blood on his head, but it helps stand out. I love it. It looks awesome. And, yeah. Now, this Godzilla also has, you know, kind of like a seam around where the arms, kind of like the, you know, the 71. The 71's arms do move a little bit. So you can actually do some, like, extra posing with the Godzilla. Where the 72, no. These arms are not moving at all. Don't try and move them, okay? No, I can just tell the way how they're set up. It's not meant to move. Don't try and move them. Okay. So I guess since we're talking about you know, the 71 so much, let's see what he looks like compared to Hedra. Here he is compared to Hedra, the 25 centimeter. Both looking really good together. Now this is meant to go with this Godzilla because of the Rick extra that he has, but you know, these two look good together as well. Like, kind of like a pre-fight, like they just met up on Mount Fuji about ready to, you know, duke it out for the last time. Okay, so we're going to give these all a rest, and we're going to talk about Gigan and my experiences with this figure as well. So, with Gigan, I saw this figure at G-Fest. I think it was my first G-Fest I went to, where they had him in a 2-pack set with Megalon. And it was for $500, and I did not have money at the time for that. However, I was impressed with the sculpt for Gigan in that. And he was much more brighter gray. Not gray, green. Alright, so brighter green, and with Megalon, they look great together, but, you know, I let them go, and time has gone on, time has moved forward, and they announced this, and I absolutely want it because it actually was with the Godzilla, you know, from Godzilla vs. Gigan, so I immediately wanted to jump on this. Comparing this to the 30 centimeter, this Gigan is actually more, you know, what's the word I want to use? Reserved. You know, where the other Gigan is more taller and more outward, they kind of condense Gigan, this look for him. You know, I'll bring over over 30 centimeter later to show him off. But as far as which one do I like better, I can't pick. I think actually this one has a little more going on for it because of the belly. Actually shows off where you can actually, where the rotating blade can actually, you know, spin around. You know, looking awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through the details and the sculpt and all the other fun stuff that I usually do. Moving on to the eyes, that big red visor is actually a little bit not a little bit, it's, you know, you can see through it, looking awesome. He has that diamond in his forehead, which kind of, it's been confusing since I was a little kid. It's on the cover of Godzilla vs. Gigan, the VHS cover. He's firing something from his forehead. In the film, it's more like a flash, and goes away, never uses it again. And then in Final Wars, it's like a full-on, like, laser barrage thing. So, that's always been confusing to me with the show of Gigan. It's like, can he fire it like that? Is there a piece of material that I haven't seen that, shows him firing it like that? Yeah. Alright. Looking over to the face, his solid metal, his metal mandibles and the beak looking awesome, and he has that nice little row of teeth in the top, the space chicken, as he's been dubbed in several fan sites. And, it's kind of like his mascot name almost, the space chicken, so, that's alright. The head looking great. He's got that mohawk of horns going up right into the forehead, just looking awesome, looking great. Over to the paint job for it. Now the paint job is interesting because once again the green was a little brighter with the Megalon set, where they used the darker green for this Gigan. It's more like, because when Gigan came to Earth, in the film, it was always at dark time. We never saw him during the daytime. Now Godzilla vs. Megalon, it was kind of light out. Maybe it's like early morning when Godzilla and Jet Jaguar were finishing off Gigan and Megalon. So there's that, but this is more like a night shot for Gigan. Looking awesome. Okay, now moving on to the chest and the arms. His arms are, those hooks. They're in an upward position, like he's, once again, marching forward, swiping in front of him, looking great. And then you look at these kind of scales that they have with the skin. They almost look like Ghidorah, dragon scales. Looking awesome. Then you look onto the buzzsaw in the belly and in the chest. You see in the middles, like in between little gaps, where the blade is actually one solid blade that goes around, but of course it does move. So it looks really awesome. Moving on to the legs, he's got those, once again, the skin for it looks really good. And he's got the one long point for the feet as well. Kind of like he has the hook hands. He has kind of like, I don't know, dagger feet. That's what he has. But, also, from what I understand, this thing was a nightmare to be in as well, because apparently the claws were made of very heavy plastic. And, to walk around with that thing on was a nightmare from what I understand as well. But, Gigan is an awesome monster, and I'm very grateful for the depiction that he was shown in all the films. Final Wars gets a little bit of some bad press. It deserves some of that bad press. However, I do enjoy Gigan in the film. He's got nothing on the Showa, but I do enjoy Gigan in that film. Okay. Moving on to the tail, a very simple tail. Once again, he's got those Ghidorah scales going up the back, with that one single row. It would actually go up through his back and to the horns on top of his head. Looking awesome, with a nice sharp point for a tail. Almost looks like the alien queen from Aliens, but this came first, so technically she's ripping him off. But anyway. And then, I saved this for last, his sail. He has 3 of them towards the back. They act like dorsal plates, however, they help him fly in the air. And, he has like a propulsion system inside of him, but these, they help him, steer in midair, which, if they ever do like a Rick feature, in the future for another Gigan or something, or for any other monster, like if they want to do a certain other release, they could have, a flying Gigan to go along with that, and I think that'd be really cool, especially if they do that and like a flying Ghidra to go along. So, both are awesome figures. This is Godzilla vs. Gigan set from the 50th anniversary, and both 25 centimeter figures, and I'm very happy to have these in my collection. And got these from Awesome Collector at the time of this recording. This set is for sale on Awesome Collector. I highly recommend this set if you're a big fan of the film and you want to pick it up, or if you've tapped yourself out buying the 25 centimeter of either, because they have been readily available in the past. So if you want to pick these up, I recommend it. If you already have them, then I can kind of understand why you would skip them. Well, I don't have Anguirus from Godzilla vs. Gigan. I don't have the 68, Anguirus, but I do have one certain other monster, and I think we should bring him over and see what he looks like compared to these two. And here is the 25 centimeter King Ghidorah from Destroy All Monsters, and it looks amazing with these other two, and kind of makes me want to hunt down the Showa Anguirus 25 centimeter, but I know that one reaches a pretty penny on aftermarket sites, so I just have to know when to hold, when to fold, and maybe if I find my Bandai set, you know, because I have a few Anguiruses in there, you know, let's see what they look. You know, we'll play around that in the future. So these all look awesome, and that's the show. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and for everyone who's going to G-Fest, have fun, have lots of fun. I wanted to go. But, you know, things just don't work out. So I wasn't able to go this year, last year especially. But I wouldn't mind having one more hurrah. Now, hopefully next year. We'll see what happens next year. But until next time, this is Godzilla851 saying goodnight. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all with the next video. Not sure what that'll be. I think I have something coming next month. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, unless that's been delayed. You know, delays, am I right? But I have a few things in the pipeline, you know, for future videos. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. Till next time, I'll see you all next time.